Welcome back to another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda, me, and Marco.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi.
I
Gutenberg.
I am
Amanda.
very
Oh.
very exhausted.
Yeah?
Um
It's very hot in here. Kind of like an oven.
it has been one hell of a week, but at the Kitty Academy, but teamwork makes the dream work. Um don't laugh at me.
Where's
'Cause
she coming out with these things?
No, that's a real saying.
Yeah.
I'm serious. It's probably been the hardest work week I've ever had, but I'm very thankful for, the teamwork making the dream work. So, but that is why I am very exhausted. I actually, little side note, we did get back to Mark's house from dinner around 7 o'clock, and I remember being very excited to record at 7 p.m. And it is now 8:30. So I don't know what happened. Yes, I was talking to Mark's mother, but then he had to go take a 20-minute poop. Uh, men,
No comment.
men. So that is why we are here, and that is why a lot of the times when we record, it just, even though like we don't actually record for very long, sometimes stuff leading up to it just takes a while,
Mm-hmm.
on school nights. I
Mm-hmm.
call them work nights, school nights.
It's not a school night.
Well, you know what I mean, on a Friday night. It's after work night.
Yeah.
So
I'd just like to say that I have superior hydration, fruit punch, body armor in my possession here. It's pretty good. Can't lie. It's fantastic. My favorite flavor. A couple quick notes as well. The tropical punch flavor is the exact same fucking thing. Do not get marketed. Just get the fruit punch. And normally I like to drink this after I have a big, some hockey games, some running around, lose some fluids in the form of sweat. But I'm just kind of sipping on it here. So, yeah, gotta stay hydrated. Superior hydration. Back over to you,
if you
Mando.
leave a body armor in your car, it will still smell.
Yeah, we gotta put more information, more
Good.
stupid, like funny videos like that on our AM and PM page. Because we do some funny stuff.
I left a body armor in Mark's car for a few weeks, I think. It must have been stuck under the passenger seat and it rolled out. If you're watching this, you can see that it is very indented.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
It was concave, convex,
yeah.
whatever, concave.
And then I opened it and it squirted at me,
Yeah.
but it still smelled like strawberry banana.
Yep.
So I feel like it was still edible, although it was orange, but that could have just been from the heat.
I wouldn't have tasted that.
I wouldn't have tasted it either, but it smelled okay. I feel like if it was bad, it would have smelled bad.
Yeah, gross. Grody.
So, what's the ingredients in there?
Coconut water.
Is that it?
Yeah. Filtered water, pure cane sugar, coconut water concentrate.
What's coconut water?
The best.
No,
But I don't like just
what is
drinking it
it?
'cause it's
Like
kinda
you
gross.
get it from a coconut?
I mean, I want to say yeah, but I'm not 100% sure. But I would assume it's from a coconut. Yeah, like in the middle of a coconut.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had coconut water before, and I don't really like it because it's all coconut.
I think I have. Maybe I should try that next time I'm at Sheets because I feel like I don't like it, but now I feel like I have to taste it again.
Maybe.
Sheets is like my go-to. Anyways, we will get into today's topic, which is fitness, which is like actually hilarious because I feel like I sit down here and talk about fitness every single week, which I do. But I don't think we've really dove into it since we might have had an episode where we talked about like my journey. But I think that was like not even just with fitness. That was like my overall journey. So I don't know if we've really talked about fitness, and obviously not just about me, with you as well, because you have been more into fitness recently. But I'll mention this and then we'll dive in. I also wanted to talk about alcohol and how I've like kind of noticed a difference. In general, obviously, I was trying to like not drink to like the point of like vomiting and like killing myself. Like not
That's a good goal.
not that I've killed myself before, but I have had some
Well, you're still alive.
instances where I threw up and whatnot. So I have been trying to just like handle alcohol better in general. But also, I have felt a big difference with alcohol leading the lifestyle I'm living currently with how much I work out and stuff. So I just think that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I guess I can start with that since I already started talking about it. Basically, I wonder if there's like any people out there who are like alcoholics, or like maybe not alcoholics but like big drinkers who are also into fitness, because for me personally, it obviously makes you feel a little shitty. We all know that, alcohol. But just, I think about what I'm doing, like what, like my, I guess I would say purpose is. Not like my purpose, but like who I am and what I want to accomplish and my goals and everything. And sometimes when I drink alcohol, and I'm not saying like one drink, like a few beverages, multiple, like I feel shitty and it makes me feel shitty. So like I think when you're working out 5 times a week and you have all these fitness goals, it's just like it's almost like a different feeling when you drink alcohol now. Just because I feel very strong and very like everything else that comes along with it, I guess. So like I'm not saying I'm gonna like stop drinking or anything, but I just think I have like a different mindset with it a little more because of fitness, which is interesting and also kind of cool, because I think I did have quite a few times where basically I will admit it, I still think about it to this day. Sometimes after work I think about a big alcoholic beverage to take the edge off, and I have to tell myself that's really not. I mean, obviously sometimes like sometimes it's not like I don't drink, but I tell myself that's not going to take the edge off. Like go to the gym, work out, drink your water. You know. So that's kind of been. I don't know if you wanna. I could keep going. I don't know if you wanna comment, Mark, but that's kind of been my mindset recently with that.
Well, I don't partake in that.
I know you can't like relate to it, but
I don't partake in that devil's juice. I don't think there's anything wrong with alcohol
he's never
consumption.
had a sip of alcohol. If
I don't
you
think
do
there's
not know that, I'm sure
yeah.
everyone listening
All
more
seven
than
of them,
likely
yeah.
might know, but he's never.
I don't think that there's anything wrong with occasional alcohol consumption. I think alcoholism is no bueno. That's not normally a productive thing generally, from what I've seen. But I do think that there is a problem with the way that alcohol is portrayed in the world, well, at least in the country and just in general from the media that I've ever seen, because it's literally poison. And I'm not saying that it's totally bad, but just the normalcy in which it's, you see it in shows, you see it all over the place. It's just very much mainstream. And I kind of understand for the most part why. I mean, it's just like, it's been here for a very long time. But it's interesting when you have a goal that revolves around health and fitness and stuff like that, and then you have other pieces of your life or the things that you do that are, like alcohol and fitness. I mean, I've watched my fair share of fitness YouTubers and things like that. Normally, a lot of them say that those things don't really mix, but that doesn't mean that they don't do them. You know, it just means that they're just not always out there doing their things. And I definitely know people, specifically on YouTube, I mean, at least that definitely drink alcohol and are definitely still like, you know, shredded or whatever. They look really good. So they're not, I don't think like one necessarily.
I'm just saying, like, have you ever been an alcoholic who's into fitness? Probably not. Like, I don't,
I mean, alcoholic's like you know, kind of a strong word. I don't know how you
like
define per
someone
se
who
an alcoholic,
drinks
but
like almost every day, like weekly, you know.
yeah, I mean, I guess you'd have to
It's
define it.
just
I don't.
interesting. It doesn't really matter to me what people do. Like, that's what you do. But I'm just interested because me personally, it makes me feel like kind of shitty. And like, I still drink, like the next person. I love wine. I love margaritas. I don't need to get into it. You get the point. I love alcohol, whatever. Like, but, um, I love the occasional beverage. But I think before COVID, before the shutdown, before whatever, I was drinking. And when I was drinking, I mean, obviously, I was drinking to let loose with my friends, but like, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't drinking to like let loose and like forget about the real world and my job and everything else. And people may not realize that they're even doing that because I didn't. I thought it was just okay to drink with my friends socially, but like, Amanda, why were you drinking that many drinks? Like, and there's nothing wrong with it. And it's not like I had like, I mean, sure, it was a little bit. I wouldn't say it was like a severe problem. I think like my relationship with alcohol was just a little like wonky at one point. But I didn't realize I was doing it. So I'm sure there's a lot of other people that don't realize they're doing it. And, you know, you do you. Like, some people can do that and not throw up, for example, like I did. So some people can handle liquor better, alcohol better, whatever. I'm just saying from my personal, like, that's what it was like for me. And now that I've found myself and I'm hugely into fitness and am working on myself more than I ever have, I've noticed these things. So,
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing is that alcohol is kind of used as an escape for most people like that, like you mentioned. Um, so you have a hard day or whatever, you have a hard week, and then some people just drink throughout the weekend or whatever to kind of chill out and relax. I understand that. It was interesting though that you said like to kind of forget about it and like that whole escape thing because I think that you kind of do that now with the whole workout. I think that's kind of
I
become a
do.
big piece of that because
I do, yeah. But
so I
it's
think that's a good
obviously a
one.
lot healthier. So,
Yeah.
um, and it
But
helps my mental health too. And like, what was alcohol doing for mental health? Probably making it a lot worse. But it's not even like, I feel like I'm making it sound like I drank a lot because I didn't. It was just, I noticed when I would drink with my friends, I would have, which was like every once in a while, I would have one too many. And, um, everyone does it. And I feel like, some people I would talk to it about it would try to like normalize it. And like that was helpful because, I, it was helpful that they normalized it because it didn't make me feel like I, had a problem or I was whatever. But it's also like not really okay to normalize having one too many drinks. And when you get to the point of vomiting and etc., it's just like, it's a no from me, you know, for
mm,
my life. So,
yeah, I think that if you look at it logically, right? I mean, if you look at the whole thing, the whole lay of the land there, you're gonna have times in your life, right? If you just think about like a week or month or whatever, times in your life that you have to do things that maybe you don't want to do, and then you have that other time where you're trying to chill out and do whatever. So the point that I'm trying to make there, and I don't know how to set it up well enough, is that if you associate your escape specifically with like alcohol, for instance, then that's one of your escapes. But I feel like if you could have many different things that take your mind off of the thing that you are struggling with or whatever, or just is difficult, right? Like whatever it is, a job or, work or whatever, then I think you're better off. Meaning, like, here's the thing. So, like, maybe one day you feel like shit or whatever, like you've had a hard day, but you don't want to go to the gym or it's your off day or something. Well, instead of, doing like one thing, you could do something else in a sense. Like, for instance, like one of the things for me is I just get like tired and stressed out or whatever, and I just go up and play some, like shoot some hoops or whatever, play some basketball. So if you could have like multiple things that keep it varied, right? Because you don't have to necessarily, oh, I feel like shit or whatever. I'm tired. I'm stressed out. I want to go to the gym. It's like, yeah, maybe most times you want to go to the gym, but sometimes it's going to be like, well, I don't feel like going to the gym, or I already went to the gym or something like that. So something else.
So are
I
you
don't,
like relating that with alcohol? Like maybe you want the beverage, but maybe go do something else instead. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, I don't know what the goal is. If the goal is if the goal would be to not, if the goal would be to treat alcohol as just like a social event and not relate it. Here's the thing. I think we as humans try to we obviously try to find patterns and things like that, but we try to do a lot of association things, right? So we associate working out with being healthy. We associate like maybe alcohol with relieving stress. A lot of people associate food with making them feel happy and making them feel like, stress eating and all that sort of stuff. So, and I think when you do that over time, I think when you do that over time, it just becomes like a habit. So, what I'm saying is if your goal is to not associate alcohol with relieving stress, then when you are stressed, you can't drink alcohol because it's going to, that's like solving that problem for you. So if you did have something else to do while you're stressed, and again, multiple things would be best. So you had things to pick from, you're not forced to do one thing. I think that would be good.
Well, I think that goes back into, I mean, some people don't have things to do. Let's be real. Look at what I did. I watched Netflix, and that was it. I didn't have any hobbies. So that goes back to some people, like, legit don't have hobbies. They watch Netflix. I mean,
Yeah.
there are other things you can do, but that's just a little,
Well, yeah. I
my
mean,
little
you
tidbit.
got to think of more things, but
Yeah. And also,
I mean, I don't know. Again, God.
no, you go ahead because mine was a little bit off that part of the topic.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know. It depends on what your goal is. Like, if somebody came to me and said, okay, I don't want to drink ever again, like I don't want to drink alcohol ever again, I'd be like, all right, well, you need to fill your life with other things that don't revolve around that at all. And then, like, when you're in those situations, it's probably gonna be extremely difficult for you. Like, I've been in those situations often at this point where like people are drinking, but I don't want to drink. I've made that decision.
You've never drank. I can't imagine.
Like, yeah.
Like being an addict and then giving it up, or like for whatever reason giving it up, because even for me it would be really hard, and I'm not like an addict, I guess. I'm kidding. I'm not an addict. I'm not an addict.
That's exactly what an addict would say. No, I don't think you are. I mean,
no, I'm not.
especially I don't know what the definition of that would be, but it would have to be more than fucking.
So I
once
think
a
the
week.
reason, I'll just say this now, the reason that's a weird, rough subject for me is because my dad like is an alcoholic. So that's why it was like hard for me and stuff when there was like some incidents I was throwing up and stuff, and it was like Mark and I had some tough talks and we came out on the other side, but obviously I'm not, because as I'm saying now, like I don't even drink that much and I feel some type of way about it now. And even like on like a work night, like my parents will like come home with alcohol slushies, and I'm like, it's too late to drink that. I have to work out and go to bed, But what I was gonna say, you said something. People like associate working out with like being healthy or something like that.
Yeah, just like association.
So that's like a big problem, like a really big problem. I don't really know if I'm gonna explain this right. But someone explained it really well on TikTok yesterday. Actually, I saw this TikTok. People like freak out about having, first off, just working out in general, right? Like I feel like, I guess this is obviously a good segue into talking about fitness. But people like freak out about working out in general, right? Like I just feel like in general, like working out, like me from experience, I just feel like I looked at it and I was like, no. Like, I just feel like that in itself is just like, no, and hard and rough, because you actually have to go work out. I feel like that's hard in itself. And then it's not only about that, it's like, what are you going to do when you do work out? Okay. And then, and then it's like, okay, well, how often are you going to do this? Like, and then, like, okay, like me, for example, you can get into 5 days a week and you can be doing it. But then I got stressed out because my routine was like, I didn't have a routine. And then you have to get a routine. And it's just, it's, it's not easy to, um, I just feel like a lot of people struggle with this. And like, it's, although like here I am, like fit or whatever, but like, I just feel like it's not an easy thing. And I feel like people are talking about it. I've seen it, but maybe a little more. I feel like I would like to talk about that and help people get into fitness. But I just feel like, you know, all you see is like fitness, 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 fitness. But like, you know, you need to talk about like the root, the beginning, like when you start and how and all that stuff is important.
I haven't been able to precisely nail down what exactly that what you're describing is kind of called in a sense, but I'm going to try to describe what I mean
Okay.
and what I'm saying. So, the first thing that I'll say is when it comes to working out, becoming more fit or whatever, or something like getting your finances in order. This is something that I had to deal with earlier today. In my estimation, just as of right now where I stand, there's kind of two things that you need and two things that can fuck you equally if you don't have them. You need to have discipline and you need to have the knowledge and the discipline, because you can know exactly how to work out and exactly what to do, but if you don't have the discipline, then it's not going to happen. And you could have the discipline to go to the gym every single day, which that's probably better because you could just do something. But if you don't have the knowledge, you need both is kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, again, there may be, nuance to that, but generally you want to have both. So that's really interesting. Now, how do you teach? Let's talk about discipline for a second. How do you get that? I don't know. I mean, I think it's just in you. You have to somehow do it. I mean, I'm sure you could create it in a way, but you can't just get like motivated every single time. You can't
Yeah,
rely on other
a
people.
lot of people like talk about motivation, and I also heard a TikTok that was like, it's not motivation, it's discipline,
Mm-hmm.
because it is hard. And like, I don't want to tell people it's hard because I want them to do it,
Yeah.
but it's hard. Like the first go round is hard, but it's like for me, once all this something just like clicked in my brain all of a sudden, like I went to the other side. But it's hard when you first, it's going to be hard for a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be easy. There's going to be hard days. There's going to be days where you feel like you can't make it through the workout. You have to pause the workout and go, this is gross, but you have to go to the bathroom and spit up the mucus because
Mm-hmm.
you're literally out of shape. And like, I thought it was normal to feel like that when I was in gym class running the mile. I thought that was normal. No. Um, I guess eventually you can like grow out of that. I'm not saying that's for everyone, but that was me. Like, cardio or whatever made me feel that way. So
Yeah. So I would say emotion is like, or rather, I mean, discipline is closer to like the emotion type of thing, and then, but the other side of it, right? Like for information and knowledge, whether it's finance, whether it's health and fitness, whatever it is, I really like that part of it. And what I mean is, I feel like it's logical. Generally, it's straightforward. Obviously, like there's different ways to work out and stuff like that. But what I mean is, and something that I thought was interesting that you kind of brought up there, and I think would be something interesting for you to do, is like people ask you like if you get into it, right? Like how to get into it and how to get into like working out or whatever. It'd be really interesting for you to put together something on how exactly to go from literally nothing, like no exercise whatsoever into like an intermediate thing, and then even like more of like a 5 days a week like you are now. I think that'd be really cool to break that down. That's something that I love to do, that structure of just like simple steps, like
wow, that's a really good idea.
yeah.
But that's actually like what I want to do, like what you're describing. But that is a good idea because, wow, that's a really good idea. Okay, I'm like having thoughts in my head now about Amanda's inspiration.
Mm.
But no, what I'm saying is, yeah, um, So for those of you who don't know, I eventually want. I don't know any details really about this. I honestly haven't looked into it because I have a lot going on. But I eventually want to become um, a life coach in health and fitness. And what Mark said, I think would be a great thing to do. I could like maybe have some sort of program where you would do like intermediate things for beginners and then move forward, because it is hard. And yeah, anyways, like you said, you need the discipline. Obviously, like motivation, sometimes you do have motivation and you're very motivated and it's like go, go, go. But there are other days where you may not be feeling it. And it's hard. This is always hard for me to say because it's like there are days you have to push yourself, but there are also days where you can't push yourself too much. So it's almost like, and it's a process. You find it within yourself, and it took me a while. Like, there are just some days where I push myself to maybe go a little harder, and then there are some days where I literally am like, okay, I'm going to do this one little workout, or I'm going to do, or maybe I had this big elaborate plan in my head and I end up doing yoga. Or maybe I was planning on working out 5 days a week, but it was only four. Like, and you can't beat yourself up for those little things because I definitely learned that I have beat myself up for, the little things. But as long as you keep going, Mark said this and it has stuck with me.
Mm.
Like, what is it? Like, you said something about, like, as long as you keep going, like, you're not going to lose any progress or something.
I I don't know. I mean,
I mean, I think I've heard that.
I don't know
I
exactly.
haven't just heard it from you, but you were the first person that told me that, and then I've seen it everywhere else after. Like, basically, like, your fitness journey, like, you could take a week off, you could take 3 days off. Okay, whatever. You're going to feel real shitty about it, sure. But, like, as long as you, like, don't stop exercising and you don't stop working out and you, like, just keep going over a time, like, you're not going to go backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So don't freak out about it. Like, it's so stupid to freak out about that. And I feel like that's really important. That's really helped me, honestly. Because once you get head deep into it and it's like your thing, it's hard to not feel shitty. Like, there was a period of time where I just felt shitty. I don't even know why. Like, I was like, I'm doing the workouts, but I'm just going through the motions and my form's not right. And yeah, proper form is important, but I don't know. I definitely had like a little drought there for a little bit, but I don't want to get any deeper because it's already pretty deep, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's a process. You got to keep going. That's why Fueled by Progress's slogan is "Let's keep going," because that's it.
So, Mark, I want to ask you, how's your
Oh shit!
What?
I'm being interrogated.
How's your fitness journey going? Such a funny question.
I would say five, six, 6 out of 10 right now. Because I've been going to the gym on average 2 to 3 times a week. Playing hockey between 3 and 4 times a week, and I don't think that's too bad. Definitely feeling strong. I just thought about this the other day. I definitely am either like feeling stronger or feeling slightly bigger in like the upper body area. The more that I think about it, like you could do ab workouts, obviously, which I don't do too often, pretty much ever. I could do more lower body stuff, but I just feel that since I'm running and doing all that sort of stuff, like when I get in the gym, I need to make sure that I do upper body things so you don't get anything in like hockey really with that. So that's kind of how I've been balancing it. The one thing that I do know though for certain is that you're not gonna get like I don't think you're gonna get abs unless like you really like understand how like you're not gonna lose body fat specifically in that area unless you're like huge, obviously. Like then it's easier if you just start doing some things. I think where I'm at right now though, I definitely have some body fat that I'd like to trim. I think I'm around 19-20% body fat according to my little scale in my room. What?
What does that measure? What does that
Body
even
fat
mean?
percentage of your body that's fat.
I don't like that. Okay,
You
continue.
don't like that? You don't like measurements? See, that's where
No.
it's like I hear what you're saying, but then
Okay,
it's
do you know how many people go to the fucking doctor and their doctor tells them they're obese when they're literally not? I know I'm a little
yeah,
bit down the rabbit
the
hole, but
words, though. I don't agree with like BMI and all that shit
yeah,
either.
I'm talking about
But
BMI. I don't
that's
know what you're
different.
talking about.
I mean, that's different. I think BMI
How
is
do
like
I find out
25.
what my body fat is?
We go inside and we fucking configure the scale for your height and weight, and then
Oh my god, I gotta do
we
that.
take off your socks and you put it
What's
on.
that mean? My body fat.
It's your body fat percentage. It's probably gonna be pretty high. Probably be like 33,
What's yours?
20.
Why do you think mine's higher than yours?
I think it's because you're a woman.
Okay, continue.
I think it's pretty normal. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. We'll see. Um, but no, I think it's going. It's definitely been trending upwards slowly but surely. I'm just not following any sort of a thing, and I just don't have any real nice. I don't have any real desire to necessarily implement something concrete because again, I just kind of feel like there's a lot of shit going on. But I think for me, I think it's definitely been an improvement as of late. But what I was quickly saying though about the abs thing is like, if you want to trim, it's pretty simple. If you want to lose body fat, then you need to be in a caloric deficit. You need to burn more calories than you take in. And I definitely don't think that I don't actually know how far off I am because I'm not like gaining weight, but like I just don't, I don't
I
look
feel
at it.
like, I mean, you do whatever you want, but like, I've noticed, I don't know if you have, not today because I'm like constipated, but
Which is like every day.
I've noticed a difference in my stomach, and I eat what I want, so I just feel like not like a huge change, you know what I mean? But I've noticed some change, so I just feel like there has to be a way for you to tackle that without a deficit.
See, like, no.
Okay, well,
like
you
here's
do
the thing.
you.
Like here's the thing. Like, I love most of the stuff that you preach and that you see, but the thing is, like, this is the area where it gets down to it's literally logic and math, which I know I know you're not a fan of math. Yeah, but I'm just telling you it's simple.
I'm not saying you're gonna get abs, but you could maybe keep it under control. Is what I'm
Certainly,
saying.
yeah, but you don't understand that what you're
do
not.
you want abs or do you want to keep it under control?
I don't know what my goal is right now. That's
Okay.
but what I'm telling you is that I understand exactly what you're saying, but what you are literally proving the point because what I'm saying is the baseline argument, and what I mean is, at the end of the day, like every single day, every 24-hour period, you burn a certain amount of calories and you take in a certain amount of calories. I know you don't like hearing the word calories, but that's what's happening. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a fucking elite when it comes to that. Like I don't look at it all. I'm just telling you like the simple definition, the way that the human body works.
And I know a lot of people have to do that. And I also know, I don't want to sit here and I've never been like fat. Like I've never been bigger. So that's another part of my journey.
I have.
That's another part of my journey. I want to like preach people to like eat what they want, but I also want people to like fuel their body with good foods because, it can get a little excessive when people say eat what you want because if you want to accomplish your goals and be a certain size, I won't like go weight or whatever because I mean weight fluctuates like depending on muscle. So, but if you want to be a certain size, yeah, what you eat does matter for sure. Luckily for me, I've never been like bigger and I'm happy at what I am with what I'm eating, but I am aware that not everyone is going to have that situation. So I am going to have to learn a lot more about that if this is what I want to do with like my life, honestly, because there could be people who are bigger who want to accomplish goals and like I got to know how to help them too. So
yeah.
I do want to learn more about that sort of thing. I know I'm a little weirded out by it, but I want to learn macros and all that crazy shit.
Yeah, see, it's actually kind of funny because that's where I started. Like, I don't know how it happened, but I've
Yeah, I
gone
know.
through the gauntlet of a lot of
Mark
information in my life.
explained macros to me
We
on the
should have filmed that,
whiteboard.
motherfucker.
I
We should have
don't
filmed
remember jack shit.
that.
I don't remember anything, so I'll learn again because
Should've
this is what
filmed
I
that.
want to do with my life. So I'm gonna learn, but I'm just like, I don't fucking know. I don't even know what a macro is. I have no fucking clue. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
What kind of health and fitness coach am I? I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyways, yeah.
Nice.
So,
You got any other questions?
but I mean, I'm very proud of you. I know,
Thanks,
like, you
dude.
really only go to the gym when you come with me, but I am proud of you for going and doing it, and I think it's like I said before, it's not going to go backwards. It's just going to keep going forward.
Yep. Nice.
Yeah.
You got any other questions for me?
No.
No, that's it?
Yeah.
We done?
Aren't you going to ask me how my journey's going?
Oh, yeah. How you doing?
Do you not
I
care?
thought that was the whole episode before you asked me.
It was, but I wanted you to ask me.
How's your fitness journey
11
going,
out
Amanda?
of 10. No, I'm just
11
kidding.
out of 10. Nice. Doesn't know what a macro is. 11 out of 10. I'm just kidding.
Fuck off. No, honestly, right now I feel that energy because that energy, that sounds so weird. Honestly, right now I'm feeling really, really good about my fitness journey. As we all know, okay, I guess I can't speak. I do want it to be a health and fitness journey, okay? And like I'll say this till the day I die, but I'm not going to eat what I want to eat until I move out of my house. And by that is like when we can when we have a place to live. By that I mean all the stuff, you know, all the food we bring into the house. There are so many recipes that I see that I would love to cook, and I'm no chef, believe me. But, you know, it's like right now I eat what my parents eat, or half the time I feel like I eat out more than I don't eat at home, which sounds bad to some people, but it is what it is. So I feel like once we, you know, live together, Mark and I will dive deep into the food. And I know I'm capable of doing it now, but there's so much fucking shit going on. Like, you guys don't even know. Like, my parents are moving out of their house. Like, you know, there's just so much going on right now. So, like, hell no, I'm not diving deep into cooking right now when my parents cook meals for me. My mom still packs my lunch. I know I'm 24, but, you know, it's like easy right now, and I'm sticking with that. But I definitely want to dive deep into the food when we have a place to live. But yeah, but as for the working out aspect, I think, like I was saying before, I'm in a really good place. Where are you listening? You're like you're there now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about I had another comment.
Okay, I'll keep going, and then you can go. I think I'm in a really good place now, where, like I said, what I just said, like this whole episode, I'm not hard on myself, but like I still know how to push myself. Like, you have to find that balance. And I was in a really good place before this, but obviously I got the MadFit app, and I did the first week of it, and I feel really good after the first week, and I'm going to continue doing it. I don't know. I think it's like a 12-week program. I've literally never completed any type of program. So for me to complete something would be unreal. If I don't complete it, though, I don't think it really matters because I know what my goals are. I have been consistently doing like all four, which is it four? Yeah. Full body, abs, strength training, and legs and butt. Mostly butt. But, you know. So I just feel like that's a huge accomplishment in itself. So I don't really care if I complete the 12-week program. I'm going to try. But I just feel like I'm in a really good place. And fitness is like, it keeps me sane. And I mean, I feel like that's all I can really say was that I just feel really, really great in that department. So. Go ahead.
I was just thinking, didn't you used to fucking like move around and fidget a lot more? Like you still do it a little bit, but didn't you used to do it a lot more? I mean, it probably could have been nerves like with the podcast thing, but I'm also thinking that like I think exercise probably helped with that. Because
Yeah.
I think exercise, like even though it's like, gets you flowing, I think it makes you more relaxed in a sense. Maybe it's not because you're more tired, but like it just like
My
you're
whole
more
mental
it's
health.
almost zen like.
Yeah, my whole mental health has changed. I've been very,
You
very
would not fucking sit still. I don't think,
positive vibes.
from what I remember.
Normally, I would sit here, and I can't even think about twitching my leg right now.
Yeah.
That seems weird. Yeah, I'm very like zen now. I think yoga, stretching, like Nama fucking stay, like
Nah, I'm a fucking
um. And I didn't get into yoga until I was into fitness because I don't know how people go from yoga, like just yoga, because like the only way I was able to do yoga is like once my body was into fitness, it was used to moving. I was able to do like the poses, but before that, girl, I tried yoga and I was like, I don't understand. So yeah, I think it's all around been really good for me. Good night. I'm sweating to death in this shed.
All right. That's it.
My
That's all we got.
God.
Okay. Yeah.
And if you guys heard that alarm, that was my birth control pill, if you were curious.
Nice.
Just, I guess we're just throwing that out there.
Health. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. There's links in the description. aimandthepmpodcast.com/shop. Get some merch, maybe a beanie, t-shirt, hoodie, what have you. And there's a link down there as well to ask us anything. Please do that because we love answering questions. But if you don't ask us, we'll just keep asking ourselves questions because we like to talk too. But look out for some more content. We've got some good stuff in the pipeline. We should post some more things on IG and such because we're generally funny people. But as always, guys, this has been another episode of AM and the PM with Amanda and Mark. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one.